Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be testing out some new makeup products. I have almost everything for a full face, but a lot of these things I recently got in PR, some of the things I purchased recently, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you haven't seen my huge PR unboxing, I will link that down below. And yeah, I don't really have much to say. Really hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave me some other video requests and new products that you want me to test out down below in the comments. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I upload 3 new videos every single week, and hit that bell, that way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can tell, I don't have any brows on because for once I actually have some new brow products. So the first thing is this new Covergirl brow pencil. This is the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and I have this one in the shade Soft Brown 710. Has a really nice, really tiny little tip. As you can see, it's like a really skinny brow pencil, and I don't think I've ever tried anything from Covergirl as far as brow products, so I'm gonna use this to just go ahead and outline the brows. I don't know how I look to you guys today. Maybe I look a little tired, a little burnt. I mean, I was outside. My family and I actually had a yard sale this morning, so we were out like all day, so if I look a little tired, that is why. I've been up since like 6 a.m. but the show must go on. Oh, this is a really nice little brow pencil. It's super precise, as you can see. I always like to kind of just outline my brows, just like following along with my natural shape. And then I usually spoolie through them a little bit. The spoolie's a little hard on this, so just a little FYI. I really actually like this brow pencil. It was super easy to work with. It was really creamy, but it was really precise. I really like this little tiny tip that it comes with because it makes it super easy, which I love. Next up, I have some brow pomade. This is the LA Girl Brow Pomade. Apparently it is smudge proof and water resistant. This is what that looks like. You guys know I'm obsessed with brow pomade, so I'm really excited about this. And I have this one in the shade Dark Brown. They actually have a lot of shades, which is great. That is what that looks like. It's really tiny. It kind of looks like a concealer pot. And I think this color is going to be perfect. It kind of just looks like the Anastasia one. I'm in medium brown in the Anastasia Dip Brow. Actually also sent me over this little angled brow brush. It's the 207. I love LA Girl makeup brushes. They are such great quality. They're actually better than a lot of brushes that I have in my collection, and they're great. I use them a lot, so I'm really excited about this. Ooh, this is gonna be probably a little dark. This brush is great also. Makes it super easy. See how quick that glided on the brow? Alright, so this is not a new step for me, but it's a step that I always have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean up the brows and prime my lids. And this is just the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Custard. You can tell that I'm obsessed with it. If you don't own this concealer, you absolutely need it in your life, especially if you clean up your brows, because it's a really nice creamy formula. It's perfect for priming your lids. You can use it underneath your eyes. It's just a great concealer. I always talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just outline the brows and prime my lids. So for eyeshadow palette, I actually have 2 shadow palettes that I think I'm going to be using. The first one is the Magnif'Eyes Color Edition palette from Rimmel London. They also have another one as well, but I thought this one would be really fun because it has different colors in it. And then I also have this palette that I'm going to be using probably for the transition colors. This is the Boss is Beauty palette. I actually got this sent to me in PR. So this is what this palette looks like. I'll leave the link down below to where you guys can purchase this. So yeah, I'm going to kind of mix into both because this one from Rimmel doesn't really have many, actually, no, it doesn't have like really any transition colors. So let's start off with this palette right in here. It's really cute because it has like the name in here, and it says like Boss is Beauty engraved in the eyeshadows, which is really cute. I'm going to start off with this shade right in here, and I'm going to apply that in the crease. The color's nice, but honestly it's a little, like, it looks more pink, I feel like, in my eyes versus like in the pan it looks a little bit more like orange. So that's kind of different. Hopping into the Rimmel eyeshadow palette, I'm actually going to use this green and it looks really pretty. It's like a deep forest green. I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. I'm gonna just use this flat shader brush from Urban Decay. It's kind of chalky. Actually, this is looking like a Christmas tree and I'm not really digging this already. I don't like that transition color. I mean, not for what I wanted. Building it up. Ooh, there's a lot of fallout in this palette. Add a little bit more. I'm gonna just dip in here and then also spray my brush because I feel like the shadow's a little powdery. So hopefully some spray will help. Which it kind of does. I really have to build this color up. This is not something that is kind of like right off the bat. You have to work with it a little bit, but it's a pretty color. It kind of just reminds me of the holidays. I think it's just this crease color that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm gonna add something different in there. A little too like pinky red for me. Honestly, I really don't like the shadow. I feel like you have to keep adding like so much, and there's so much kickback in this. I don't know if you can really tell, but like I'm dipping my brush in here and there's so much eyeshadow. I mean, usually it doesn't really bother me, but this is a little excessive. I mean, the palette is so cheap. It's like $8, but still, I mean, I always compare drugstore eyeshadows to Wet n Wild because Wet n Wild is super affordable, as you guys know, and they always have such good quality. And I feel like this is kind of just like So I'm gonna blend that crease out because I'm really not digging that crease shade like whatsoever. I don't even know what color like to use because I feel like all of these are gonna be really pinky. Let's just try this one. Why are these literally like pink eyeshadows? They look more orange when you are looking at them, and then it's like when you apply them, this happens. I think I want to take some yellow right here and I'm going to apply that right on the center of my lid just to kind of see what happens. Okay, I don't like this eyeshadow, guys. I'm sorry, I just can't deal with it. This is hideous. Let's just wipe that away. I don't like this, and I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if it's the green that I don't like, or if it's that transition shade, or just all of it, but this is just not cute. So I'm wiping this off. I don't know what that was, but it was a hot mess, and I'm sorry you guys had to look at that. Let's try this again. I'm gonna still use the same palette because I want to give this another try. Let's go in once again with a transition color, and I'm gonna use a different one today. I'm gonna use this one right here, which is Smile, and I'm gonna apply that in the crease. Okay, all of these eyeshadows, like this is right now, it looks like a peachy sort of orange. And like, I don't know, I feel like they just come out so pink. And like, I usually don't really love pink for eyeshadow too much. Like, it's not my favorite color. Like, you guys know I love warm oranges. And this one's just like literally pink. And I'm just like not really digging that. Like, it's blending, obviously it works. I'm just not obsessed with the tone of the shadows, which I know is something so petty. But it's just, it comes down to like personal preference. Picking up this shade right here, which is called No Excuses, and I'm going to apply that on the lid. This is way better than that green that I used from that Rimmel palette. I don't know about that palette, you guys. I mean, I know I only use one shade. I'm going to use more shades probably for my lower lash line, but this is pretty. This I like. The palette's not bad. It's just like me being picky. But like you guys know, makeup is really such personal preference. Like some people love pink shadows, some people hate orange shadows, some people like cool tones, some people like, you know, all different stuff. So this color I love. I love like this green gold color for summer. It's so pretty, especially with a tan. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to use this shade up here, which is called Winning. It's like a deep brown. And I'm using this brush. This one's from Milani. It kind of looks like red brown right now. I don't know if it's because it's like mixing with the other colors, but it's still picking up like that red sort of like undertone, like that pinky Do you guys see that? That's crazy. Maybe these shadows have a lot of like red undertones or something in them. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. I do like that. I think I kind of want to create a halo smoky eye now that I'm here. So with the brown, I'm going to take this and apply that in the inner part of my lid. I always drag the eyeshadow like way too far in here and it always looks so dark. I hate when I do that. Let's take more of that with the finger. Dab it right in the center a little bit just to pop a little bit more. I'm going to highlight the brow bone and I'm going to just use this Rimmel palette. I'm going to pick up the white shade right here. Okay, so I'm going to just do a quick coat of mascara. I'm going to do falsies. Duh. I'm using the new Covergirl Peacock Flare Mascara. It just looks like that. You can see the wand is like huge. That's what she said. Don't really see much going on with this. I mean, I have pretty tiny lashes. I need to start putting some oil on them or something to make them grow. I just get so lazy. Okay, I'm gonna let the glue dry on my lashes, but I'm gonna be using these Scandal lashes in the style, I was gonna say shade, in the style Dare Dazzle. They just look like this. I love Scandal lashes. They're so fluffy. They're really affordable. I'll leave their link down below. It's just scandallashes.com. Okay, so lashes are gonna dry for a few minutes and I'm gonna go ahead and move into skin. I'm actually gonna just use this Pixie Rose Flash Balm Instant Skin Booster. You can use this as part of your skincare routine, or you can use this kind of just like to prep your skin. It says on the back it's a moisturizer, primer, and mask. You can find Pixie at Target. I'm gonna just apply this. I feel like I need something like that's really moisturizing because like I said, I was out in the sun all day today and my skin just feels a little dry. It smells like roses. Ooh, this is nice. Feels like a moisturizer. Like something just really creamy. I love the scent because it's so light. I want to actually do a little bit more because that feels really good. It actually feels a little bit cooling, which I really like. Whew, I like this. I mean, obviously I have to keep using stuff like this to let you guys know if I really love it, but so far I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna just use another Pixie product. This I also got sent in PR. It's the Glow Mist with propolis and argan oil. So I really love the Pixie Fixing Mist. It's like the one that comes in a pink bottle. That one's one of my fave sprays. So I'm gonna use this because you can use this before or after your makeup. So now that my skin's nice and hydrated, I actually don't have a new foundation. Like, I've been using the CoverGirl foundation, the Matte Made, which has been like my go-to, but I want to kind of test something out today. So I'm going to be using an old classic favorite that I've been loving for forever now. It's been a few months since I've been using this foundation. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Mine is in shade number 6. It's probably maybe going to be a little bit too light right now because I got like a little bit of color, but we're gonna make it work. The reason I'm using this is because I actually got these Kokie Transformix Foundation Mixer Matte Drops. So basically you mix this in with your foundation, and I chose this one because this one is a little bit dewy. It gives you just this really beautiful luminosity to your skin. So I want to use these drops or this like mixing product to see if it's gonna make the foundation matte, because I don't know, I've never seen anything like that, so I thought that was really interesting. So it says it's a weightless mixer that instantly changes foundation to a velvety matte finish without compromising the quality, wear, or color of the foundation. And it says you add 1 to 2 drops of the mixer to your foundation and you just blend it. So that sounds really interesting. You can get this brand at Kokie. You can get Kokie at Walmart and I love it. So let's go ahead and go with it. So I got my foundation on the back of my hand. I'm gonna just apply like it says. Oh, that's weird. It says 1 to 2 drops, but it's coming out pretty thick. I should do one side of my face with this and the other side just like regular, just to see if there's really a difference. Let's do that. I'm just using my Morphe M439. Let's do the other side just so I can see if there's a huge difference as far as like luminosity or not. I'm using my Kokie 618 brush on the other side. Okay, Okay, so this is the luminous side with no mix-in drops, and then this is the matte side. I actually, just looking at myself, I see like a little bit of a difference. I think I want to do a little bit more foundation because I feel like I want to see what it's really going to look like. I have a little bit left over on the back of my hand, so I'm going to apply more of these drops. Oh my gosh, this really does make it matte. So again, that's the luminous side, and that's the other side. I applied more, and obviously by the looks of it, the more that you apply, the more of a matte finish you're gonna get. But the thing is, this feels really comfortable. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a matte foundation. It still feels like the regular Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. So I do agree with the claims that it gives you like a really nice velvet matte finish, but it doesn't change the foundation, which is really good. It just changes the fact that it's not a dewy foundation anymore. So that's really, really pretty. It looks really good. And it honestly, when I'm touching my face, it feels like I set my makeup. Whereas this still feels a little bit tacky because it still feels luminous. That is so interesting. I know you can definitely see the comparison. Like, that's so cool. Really, really interesting concept. I do really like that so far. So I'll keep you posted on that product. Okay, for concealer, another thing, I don't really have a new concealer. I haven't really been testing out like brand new concealers. Have I? No. So I'm going to use the Sephora Collection Gel Serum Concealer. I actually did a Sephora Collection One Brand tutorial last summer, and honestly, I haven't used this concealer ever since. So I'm going to use it again because I was looking through my makeup and I'm like, do I have a new concealer? And I found this and I was like, let me use it. So this one's in the shade Custard. It's probably going to be a little too light. Yeah, but we're going to make it work, like always. The lashes, oh my gosh. Okay, the glue is like completely dried on this. I totally forgot about these lashes. I'm going to use this huge Real Technique sponge to blend this out. I got this per Casey Holmes recommendation, and I haven't used it ever since I bought it. I got this like probably like a month or so ago, and I'm just now getting around to using it. It's like so big, but it's so squishy. I love the regular Real Technique sponge as well. I feel like with that matte mixer from Kokie, you really don't need to use as much as I did because it's just not really necessary. It's gonna stay matte with just a little bit. So just do as the directions say. Don't do what I did and apply extra because you really don't need it. For powder, I have this Catrice Nude Illusion Loose Powder. This is the transparent matte. I've been on a powder kick. I've been obsessed with so many powders. I did a whole video on like my faves. So I figured I would give this one a shot. And I also got this in PR. And this one is just in the shade Transparent Matte. I think I just said that. I'm not gonna bake because I don't know. The powder seems a little light and I don't know if I want to bake. I'm going to use the e.l.f. 101 brush with the excess powder. I'm going to just set the rest of my face. Curious to see if this is going to give flash back because this is super white. Just realized, and I looked back at my footage and I wasn't recording. My camera stopped recording, and it's weird because the red button was on because I always look down because I have my computer right here that I use as my viewfinder, and then I have my viewfinder with the flip screen on my camera. The red button was on, which shows that you're recording, so that's why I thought I was recording the entire time and I wasn't. So I am really, really sorry, but I looked back at the footage and I figured, you know, you guys didn't miss out on much as far as like the rest of my makeup, so I figured I would just talk about the products that I used. So for bronzer, I had this new L'Oreal bronzer, True Match Lumi Bronze It bronzer. I actually really liked this. This is what I used to bronze my entire skin. I mentioned when I thought I was recording that this is a really soft product. It is very buildable. It's super lightweight when you apply it, so it's not going to be very muddy, even though it can look a little bit intimidating because it's like a really big dark pan, but this one's in the shade medium and I thought that it worked really well for me. So that's what I used just to bronze the skin. So this is pretty much what I did with the bronzer. I took my Morphe E3, pretty much just bronzed the skin. I bronzed the outer perimeter. I don't think this color is going to match me when I'm much darker than what I am now, like when I'm super tan, just because it is like I said, it's a light color. It's not muddy or dark or anything, so I'd probably need like a darker shade. But I really love this color. I think this is all around a really great bronzer to have in your collection, because as you can see, I tried to add a little bit more just to show you. It gives you just a really nice wash of color. This also, if you look up close, it does look like it has some like glitter in it, but like on the face, you can't see it, which is why I really like it. So this I love. I also did use this Kevyn Quan Neo blush in the shade Sunset. This was really pretty. You guys know I'm obsessed with like these really nice warm coral blushes. So I just took this and I pretty much just swirled my brush across and I just applied it. Now, mind you, this is a very bright blush. It can be like a hot coral. If you apply too much, it's going to be a lot. Like I'm applying a lot just to show you guys now again, but when I first applied it, it was super intense. So a little bit of this blush goes a long way. It's a really smooth formula. It's really pretty, and it also has a little bit of like a golden glitter in it. So when you apply it, it kind of just gives you a little bit of a glow to your cheeks, which is really pretty as well. So this I like. Then for highlighter, I went ahead and used the Butter Collection palette. I used both of these right here just with my finger. I really love the Physicians Formula Butter Collection. I think it's amazing. If you guys don't own this palette, I highly recommend it. The highlighters are great. Even if you can't get your hands on this palette, I do recommend trying out the butter highlighters just on their own. They're great formulas. They're pretty much just like the ColourPop Super Shock formula. It's like a mousse consistency, but it dries down to a powder, which I love. So I really like this palette. I think it's great. Then I did set my entire face again with the Glow Mist from Pixie. I actually really love this. It reminds me of the Fixing Mist. I think it makes my makeup look really good. Kind of just like it really melted into the skin, and I love like the spritzer on this. It just applies everything so evenly. It feels really good and really refreshing, and I love the scent. For the lip product, I use this Covergirl Queen Major Shade, and this one is in Cakewalk. Now, I've used the regular Covergirl liquid lipsticks. Honestly, they weren't my favorite, and this, I thought it was going to be different because it said the Covergirl Queen on it, but it's really not anything different. It's pretty much the same exact formula as their liquid lipsticks, which personally I'm just not a fan of. I feel like they're not as opaque as I like them. They're a little drying, and I'm not a huge fan of the smell. So for me, I'm honestly gonna have to pass on these, but the color is pretty. It's just not my favorite formula. I also did apply some eyeshadow on my lower lash line. I used this blue and green mixed from the Rimmel palette. I will say I don't like this palette. Honestly, I'm probably gonna just toss it. I feel like it's way too chalky and powdery. I had so much fallout on my eyes just from applying a little bit of shadow under here. Like, you can probably still see it, but it's like literally in the socket of my eyes right here. There are honestly so many better other drugstore eyeshadow palettes. Milani, Wet n Wild. This for me is just a no-go. I'm definitely gonna pass on this. I feel like the quality is just not for me, and I just hate how much fallout you get. Like, I mean, sometimes fallout doesn't really bother me, but this is like excessive. So this for me is a no-go. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and take a picture on my phone with flash, and I want to see if this Catrice powder is gonna give flashback, because as you saw, it is so white on my face. I want to put it to the test. Oh, I knew it. Okay, first of all, this is not a cute picture, but I knew this powder was going to be white. You can see it does give that flashback. I honestly don't like my makeup in today's video. I feel like it's just, things went wrong and it just didn't work. I feel like my face kind of looks a little bit dry in this photo. It just doesn't really look that appealing. I really love the Catrice pressed powder. It doesn't give any flashback, but this, for me, I'm gonna have to pass. This Pixie Rose Flash Balm, absolutely love it. This was really moisturizing, really hydrating. This was great. I love it. I'm obviously gonna have to keep using it, but so far I really like it. These Transformix Foundation Mixer Matte Drops from Kokie, I absolutely love. I really like the way this side of my face looks. I mean, you could definitely tell a difference with the dewy side versus the matte, especially when I first applied it. I mean, it feels so soft. They both feel really soft, but I really like the concept of it, and it really does work. Sometimes I feel like things like this can be a gimmick, but this was like spot on. I really love it. So definitely check it out. I'll keep using it and let you guys know how I like it, but so far I think these are great. Another thing I wasn't like a huge fan of, I mean, it wasn't a huge disappointment, but it's this Boss is Beauty palette. I mean, this is really pretty. I'm gonna keep playing with it. I just feel like some of the tones in the shadows aren't my personal favorite, but that's, again, like I said earlier, just me being picky. I like the shimmers in here, I think a little bit more than the mattes, but overall the palette is nice. I'll keep playing with it. I'll keep you posted, but I mean, I have other palettes, honestly, that I love a lot more than this. Almost forgot to mention also the brow products. I absolutely love the brow pencil from Covergirl, was amazing, as well as the brow pomade from LA Girl. I really enjoyed the products, and I can definitely see myself using them in the future, so double thumbs up for the brow products. So that completes this hot mess video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, I'm probably still gonna upload it because it just goes to show that not everything goes as planned when I'm filming, and I'm human and things happen. So I'm sorry if this is just a hot mess in general, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. I would love to hear from you. I love you guys, and I'll see you in a few days in my next one. Bye.